What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my advanced programming course using C++. Alex Louis here. Today I'm going to show you how to write and read from binary files, and I also want to explain to you what the difference is between an ASCII file and a binary file. So let's get started. So I do want to show you something real quick, not to go back and beat a dead horse, but in my previous lessons I taught you how to read and write just to a normal ASCII file. And I want to delve a little bit deeper on that so we understand what the difference is and why we're writing to a file using binary versus ASCII. So I want to take a look at maybe some code, and then we'll see visually what's going on. So in my previous lectures, we learned how to use the fstream, right? And we'll just call this file, right? And then we gave it a parameter, a parameter here that said, just do test.text, right? And once we declared a file variable using the fstream class, I was able to send data to my file by doing the insertion operator. So I could send in 1, 2, 3, 4, or any data type that I want, really, right? So this essentially would stream my data to 1, 2, 3, 4 to my text file. So this is test.text, and the data would arrive, and visually you can see what the characters are represented. Now, what I didn't tell you is that there's something at play somewhere where we actually stream this to when it gets written to the file over here. There's something in between here, okay, that's happening. So that something is actually this insertion operator. Okay, so what we're doing actually is a concept called formatting. So the insertion operator allows us to format data in a way that it's readable, which is going to be readable in ASCII code. Okay, so follow me a bit on this. So you got to remember that if we have 1, 2, 3, 4, actually let me use a better example. Let's do int num equals 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, which is the variable num, is actually an integer, right? But the compiler really understands the computer only understands binary. So what you're getting with this insertion operator is it's saying, okay, I'm going to take this data, which is an integer, and I'm going to convert it into ASCII. Okay, and then I'm going to send that ASCII to this text file, which is going to be an ASCII file. Okay, a text, not a binary, but a text file. Okay, now you have to think back and remember to your good old days of the ASCII chart, where it's going to format each individual data point and convert it to ASCII, which means that 1, 2, 3, 4 will be converted to one ASCII character, 2 ASCII character, 3 character, and 4 ASCII character. So if we look at the ASCII chart, you'll see that every character actually has an ASCII representation, right, in the ASCII table. So when I wrote out 1, 2, 3, 4, I actually wrote out the character 1. It got converted to the character 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. And this stream operator, which is the insertion operator, is what is actually allowing us to write the data in text in terms of ASCII. So we're going to talk a little bit about encoding, and when you write text files, the encoding is ASCII. Okay, it's ASCII encoding. There are different types of encoding. So if you're in another country such as Japan or Russia or anywhere you need more bytes per character, then you'll have a different type of encoding. You won't be using ASCII. Okay. So what the stream does, this insertion operator here, this less than sign, it's not called a less than sign. It's called an insertion operator. What that buys us is it formats the data into ASCII. In all simple terms, that's really what it's doing. Okay. We can take the same concept, and let's say I have another variable here. We'll call it innum. And if I read from this file, right, I would use the extraction operator, not the insertion, the extraction operator, and the other way around. So this is called formatting of data. The other way around, where we extract the data into here, is called parsing. And parsing is accomplished by the extraction operator. It's not the greater than sign. It's not the Pac-Man sign, the twin Pac-Man sign. It's not what it's called. It's called the extraction operator. And what that's doing is it's taking the ASCII data from your file and parsing it to an integer. And you don't have to worry about that because the extraction operator handles that. Okay. Now, having said that, now that we understand what the difference is between formatting and parsing, when you write a binary file, these two concepts don't exist. Meaning that if you're writing to a binary file, there's no formatting involved. And when you're reading from a binary file, there's no parsing involved. Which means that this thing that I just explained here only pertains to text files, where you can use the insertion operator to format to a file and stream it out to a file. And then you can use the extraction operator to extract data and parse it. Okay. With binary, this does not exist. We have no concept of that. So binary up top, no. Okay, binary doesn't even know what formatting is. It doesn't know what parsing is. So now what I want to do is I want to show you an example of how we can write data to a binary file and how we can read it back. Okay, so on the next video, I'm going to put this into two parts. So this is the first part of just kind of a lecture, theoretical background on binary versus ASCII, and in conjunction with C++. And then on the next video, which is coming up, I'm going to go through some code. Okay, so I'll see you on the next video.